So, we are understanding, and we need to apply these principles in our daily life to become a seeker. So, if we become a seeker, half the journey is over. And then the half the journey goes smoothly. So what our master says that we should neither reject nor accept without a proper explanation and understanding of any subject or a topic. So when we reject outrightly, you say that you reject outrightly, is what our master says, it is narrow-mindedness. You are not interested in learning. And if you accept without a right explanation, that leads to blind faith. And the blind faith will never help you reach to the journey of self-discovery. It is extremely important. That's why I say in my profession, if the teacher says, now just follow it, what I say. So better to leave that teacher. But another point here is that we already have a knowledge available. So why I should poke my nose into it? I should follow the teachings. So when I follow the teachings, all the responsibilities goes to the tradition and all the teachers. So you don't need to build a ego. No. You have to understand this is what I'm saying. Why should I say anything? You see that the teacher experiences the sense of freedom. And all these teachers explain based on the temperament of a individual seeker. That's why I say we have 6,000 years old tradition, 3,000 teachers, 3,000 masters. They are teaching the same principles differently for grasping the subject. I think I did also discuss that understanding of every topic has been done by great masters differently. That's why we have one fundamental text and many explanations. Where is the exploder, Sam?
I'm back in New York.
You're back in New York. Let us see.
I moved into the city yesterday.
So now see that we have covered almost 7 or 8 topics. The first topic I said, fourth state of the mind or focused state of the mind. So now this focus state of the mind in the journey of meditation is different than we ordinarily talk about. So in the second topic, we understood become a human being. The moment you become a human being means, do you remember? We have to be a thinker. We have not to apply the intelligence as the animals apply their intelligence by default. They are pre-programmed. They don't have a choice. We have a choice. So the moment you make a choice means what? Focused. So whether you say focused state of the mind or you make a right choice. Look at it. Every topic redirects our intellect and the mind to the same thing, to become a seeker. Then we should remove that wrong notion. I am very kind. I am very noble. People cheats me. Why you are so kind? So that the people cheats you. Ask yourself. It needs an explanation. So sometimes we are very kind in order to gain favor. The motivation in the mind is different. So the master says noble and good works alone is not enough to succeed in this journey. Did you understand the fourth topic? Evolved, evolving, and yet to be evolved. We are constantly evolving. It's a fact. So what we say, there is a saturation of physical evolution in the human frame, human body. It is the ultimate of the physical evolution that Darwin explained. So what we are talking of mental evolution, mind carried away by the survival instinct. Do you see that lot of people around us, they are constantly blaming, complaining about everything. You look at the politics, look at the world, huh? Look at the people in the Walmart. So they are living at a very lower level of evolution. You need not to say anything. You say, you are right. Because we should not get carried away. Then we have another evolution, like a social human being. We follow the rules, and so the blame complaint goes away. But then there is another level of evolution, that now why my mind is constantly subjected to pain, pleasure, likes, dislikes. One day I like honey, the other day I hate honey. I marry to be happy, I marry to be unhappy. What is this? These are mental temperaments. So can I get rid of it? The moment you get rid of it, you become a seeker. Now that is what I explained. Do you remember the 4 aids by Sri Aurobindo? 4 helpers. Remember the teacher, the text, the zeal or the enthusiasm, and the time. Many people have left it. Let them leave. Don't push them. In our modern day life, we say, are you excited to do meditation? Why should I be excited? So when the excitement goes off, then meditation also goes off. That is not meditation. So the 4 aids, the time. If you understand the time, out of these 4 aids, keeping the enthusiasm, we will succeed. Another topic that I pick up, moving within and living within. Moving within and living within. That also, why within? How many people are there inside you? Only one. So if your mind and intellect remains focused on one, there is a natural focus. Let us go little deeper today. Let us understand the nature of reality. And we should keep in mind this nature of reality all the time in our day-to-day life. So that nature of reality, we say real self. It is our true nature. And the common word used for real self is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Translated as absolute existence, consciousness, bliss. Can we have little more explanation for that? So that is understood in Eastern wisdom at 3 levels of reality. So Sat, the word Sat, it comes from the root that sounds like us. And us, that becomes Sat. Sat means being, a state of being. And Sat also means existence. Let us go a little deeper in understanding that being we use in human being. What that means? Human being. Human is material part. Being is the existence. Existence. Now understand what is this being and existence. So translated as truth, absolute means unchanging aspect. What is unchanging is existence. Oh, I don't understand. So Master explains. I exist. Are you clear? You exist. You are clear. Home exists. Car exists. See that? Car exists. Phone exists. I exist. You exist. Home exists. Car exists. But who makes all of them to exist? Who makes all of them to exist? My master used to explain beautifully in different ways. Who makes all of them to exist? It is the existence. It is the first word, Sat. So it means I exist because of existence. I exist because of existence. Do you want to go a little deeper? Car is. Brandy is. Christina is. Jerry is. What is this is? Is existence. Take another example. This existence cannot neither be created nor destroyed. Take this remote. Remote is. It means it exists because of the existence. So when I say existence can neither be created nor destroyed, crush this, break this, still the broken part exists. Why it exists? Because of existence. Crush it into the powder. So the powder is. Powder exists. That is what we say, the existence is neither created nor destroyed. It is. It changes the name in the form. In this birth, maybe I am a beard guy. In the next birth, who knows, I become beautiful like the women here. I see them. So is remains. Do you see that is remains? And that is the existence. Meditation is the discovery of that existence. That is the first thing to understand. We exist because of existence, and that existence is known as the state of being. And that is why we say human being. Now see that. Go a little deeper. Like water reveals waves. Wave exists. Water is. Clear? Wave exists because of water which is in existence. You can cite many examples. Being is universal, transcendental. That is why we say it is transcendental. That is our nature, the first part. First part. This is known in our tradition, we say it is Paramarthik Satya, Paramarthik reality, the absolute reality. Absolute reality. See that. I need to simply become aware. I exist because of existence. You exist because of the same existence. Existence is only one. That is known as the being. That is one part of the real self. We will take up other part in the next session, because our topic is there are 3 levels of reality. Another reality that we say it is Pratibhasika reality. Pratibhasika means reflected reality. Like wave. I see the wave, it means it is real. But that level of reality is constantly changing. It is reflected. Same way, we all are the reflected replica of the same existence. Existence is one. I, you, all are different levels of reality, and that reality is known as reflected image, a mental image or a representation, a look, an appearance. It is also known as illusion, because we both are essentially one reality, but still I see two. So it is the second reality, but it is reflected in the mind. Science even says eyes look at any image reflected back, and then that is what we see. So the mind perceives this reflected image. That means what? One water becomes millions of waves. One existence appears as many, many, many millions of people. We are essentially one. Pratibhasik reality. This is the reality that exists for a very short duration. You can say literally 100 years, 110 years, 15 years. The existence continues. It is neither created nor destroyed. It remains as it is. So if I identify myself with that existence, I am that existence. Where is the problem of fear of death and birth? Fear of birth and death comes with the body, comes with an idea in the mind. So that is the second. When we keep our focus on the existence in what we discussed just now, what happens? Now there is another reality. First thing, that I see the reflected image. Second level, which do not last for long, because it is constantly changing. Because of this reflected reality, the transactional reality comes. What is transactional reality? I'm giving a lesson. I'm a teacher, you are a student. Transactional reality. What is transactional reality? In day-to-day life, we live our life. Here is your home, here is my home, here I am, there you are. So it comes from the reflected reality. It does not come from the absolute reality. Three levels of reality. First is absolute reality, second is reflected, and third is the transactional reality. Okay, let us join at 8 for a meditation. It's all a transactional reality. If you understand, pick up this. The moment you are interacting with your thought, speech, and action is not real you. And it is based on the reflected reality that you are David, I'm Girish, why we are meeting, for what purpose. So when we have a thought, speech, and action, all our transactions takes place in the material world. So we always keep in the mind. You can also understand in a different way. So once you are clear about being, existence, so there are two parts in us, being and becoming. Being never changes. Being is existence. It is absolute reality. It is one. Because of that existence, we all exist. Because of the earth, we all exist. So it is not difficult to understand. Because of the one existence, we all exist. But we exist because of existence. That is being. That never changes. That is of the nature of permanent peace, happiness, love, wisdom. At the core, at the center. And what is becoming? Any change. Change in the body, mind, intellect. And that leads to transactional reality. So, can we say that we are made up of two things? Changing aspect, unchanging aspect. Unchanging aspect is absolute reality. The goal of meditation is to discover that absolute reality and then you start living from that real self. So what happens when you start living with the real self? Real self is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. So it bypasses the intellect and the mind. Mind says, you hate me, I hate you. You like me, I don't like you. But the real self says, everything is good. Real self gives the attributes to the mind, and that is the path. That is what is known as awakening. That is what is known as awakening. How come I live in the transactional reality, applied life? Because sense organs gives me the knowledge. But these sense organs have a limitations and they cannot discover the real self. Many reasons. One reason, eyes cannot hear. They have their limitation. The eyes have their own limitation. I cannot see far off objects. Leave aside, I cannot see myself. Material level. So that is why we say we have to transcend the sense organs. Then comes the mind. Mind has also limitations. Mind has its own limitations. So that is why we say Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge. That includes yoga, tantra, kundalini, any. They follow the same principles. The Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge that aims at, that discovers the absolute reality. Look at the sense organ. They are one-sided windows. They only open to the world. They cannot see you inside. The real self is inside. So that absolute reality, which is known as the real self, it is neither reflected nor transactional reality. So when I keep in this mind all the time, allow my intellect to function with reference to the absolute reality. Oh, stress, pertains to the transactional reality. That is not me. You negate it by thinking, and you will see the mind comes down. I negate neighbor's house is not mine. Same way. I remember I converted this principle into 6 neighbors. You are sure that neighbor is not you, not yours? Are you sure? Body is my neighbor. Mind is my neighbor. Intellect is my neighbor. Likes and dislikes are my neighbors. We have... Okay, now you look at it. Think of it. Think of this. One more point you need to think every day in this week. Tell me, clay becomes clay when the clay pot is broken or it remains clay? Water becomes water when the wave merges or it remains water even when it is a wave. How simple it is. So Jerry remains real self whether she is a Jerry or not, David or not, Girish or not. Do you see this point? See that point. You break the clay pot, it is clay. You crush it into the powder, still it is a clay. Storm, tsunami, flood, still it is water. Gold becomes gold when earring, necklace are melt or they remain as a gold. So I remain as a real self. I remain as a real self. Can I identify? When I become stressed, then I become stress. When I'm stressed, then I become stress. But you are absolute reality. Master says, no, 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 you are absolute reality. How can you identify with the stress? It is a property and characteristic of the mind. It is transactional reality. Look at it. Look at it. The way we perceive. So continue to live just recognize in your mind. In your mind, you need to recognize the three levels of the reality and keep reminding your intellect, because our mind has forgotten who we are. And once we remember this, we start becoming a seeker, and the seeker always succeeds. Seeker always succeeds in this journey. So let us start our practice of meditation. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed and the body is steady. Eyes are closed and the body is steady. Check it. What did I say? What I'm pointing you to, based on what we discussed today, can you make that point? What does it mean, the steady body? I'm asking you to become aware of the stillness or a steadiness in the body. It is not the steadiness of the body. Whatever you see through the sense organs and the mind cannot be made still. They are constantly changing. So you have more awareness than actually practicing. And you are looking inside into the forehead in the space, my friends. In the stage 1, we have 99% knowledge, 10% so-called practice. See that point? So that points you to the absolute reality, the being, not becoming. Look at the neck joint. You are aware. I explained you last time. You are aware, alert, attentive of the neck joint. Experience is becoming. Experience is not being. So your experience is sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. What after that? You enter into the being, the space. Space is one. Space is awareness, and awareness is space. I think those who attended the Saturday session, I made it clear. You see that you need not to make any effort. You need not to enter into the process of becoming in the stage 1. When the intellect is 100% clear, it passes on this knowledge to the mind takes care of the body, and you are free. You are comfortable. I have seen a lot of people who understand this principle. In the beginning, they had visiting, moving. There's no, it is because of my mind. Everything is gone. Look at the shoulder joints. Be there, feel. Sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. And the space. I need not to explain more. You are already there. hip joint. Be there where sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It is experience. Behind that, what exists? Existence. In the beginning, that is how we move slowly, my friends. The entire body, you're comfortable, hand. You're comfortable and steady. So remember, this comfort, this steadiness belongs to the existence, because existence is always steady. And then being carefree. We in the stage 1, I told you 99% knowledge part. Pay attention. You are simply moving the mind in the field of awareness, and you experience the changes taking place in the body, mind, intellect, senses, etc., etc. It refers to the existence. If there is no reference of the existence which is unchanging, how you can feel the steadiness? No way. So being carefree. Now see another aspect of being carefree. It is simply said, let the thoughts come, let the thought go. Very good. So what is behind the thought? There has to be a space. There has to be an interval. And that interval is the space which continues. Thoughts on the surface come and go. Thought comes, space disappears. Actually, it is not. It is still there. Then interval. We feel the space. Then again there is a thought. And the mind says, now you see the space is not there, emptiness. It is always there. It is always there. If the tumbler, emptiness is not there, you cannot fill the water. Deeper state of the mind is always empty. It is the way we live with these thoughts and feeling in the sensation, they come to the mind. They disturb me. They disturb because I do not see what is behind. Look at it. I give you a different perspective every time so that you can go deeper. Your mind is not conditioned, do not become habitual. So let us today make the practice semi-active, not very active. So we leave the quick, gentle and the fast breathing. We will focus our mind on the humming. So first start inhaling deep, silent, slow. First into the belly, then into the rib cage, then into the neck and the throat. So when you fill your air into the lungs and then while breathing out, keeping your awareness inside the forehead, start doing the humming sound as long, as deep as possible. This time you have to pay attention how longer you do it, how longer the inhalation and how longer and deeper is the humming, so that the rate of your breath should drop down to 4 or 5 or less than 5. And something good happens. Let us start. Take your own time, follow your own mind in the breath. It should be as deep. Every time you do the humming, your belly squeezes, your rib cage withdraws inside, and awareness of the point in the space inside the head. Stop the humming and continue with the deep, silent and slow breathing is your car. We will add the nyasa today. As you inhale, move the mind inside the right arm in the space, dropping Om Shanti. When you are exhaling, move the mind from the fingertips to the shoulder inside. Mind is walking on the space, reaching to the goal is Om Shanti. There is a continuity of awareness, or if I say of remembering where your house is while driving your car to the home. Continuous. Can we say that is the focus of yoga? Yes. Do you remember 24/7 real self? Job is done. Now inside the left arm, to those who forget, but majority of you, I know you will remember, car is the driver, car is the vehicle, mind is the driver, the space is the highway, Om Shanti is the destination. So you bring everything, the senses and the mind together to real self. You're showing you need not to pick up any object when you're driving on the highway, where is totally a space. You're saying Om Shanti, that is your goal. So again, you see that what is your goal? I discussed about it. Living on the surface and living within. Without understanding clearly, living within, nothing will happen. Now inside the right leg. And I see everyone is so still. The stillness in the body comes from the existence. It is not of the body. Stillness in the mind will come from the existence. It can never be of the mind. Then we have a reflected understanding of this mind. My mind is wandering. It is meant for wandering. Now inside the left leg, you see how beautiful everyone in the state. And our body is maintaining a total stillness. It is so natural. If the mind moves within, it understands and it knows. The time will come, you will continue to move the body, doing your daily chores, and still, you are living within. No issue. And now inside the spine, you're inhaling deep, silent and slow. That is your car, moved by the mind inside, from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Never forget, the goal is Om Shanti. Om we understood, real self. And today we understand existence, truth, being. A lot of names are given. A state of being. From the tailbone to the crown of the head. And I'll leave this practice. We'll be doing mantra only once and check our mind. If it continues to live within with that mantra. So, inhale into your belly and the rib cage, deep, silent and slow. Continue to inhale. First mantra is Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, well-being. Now hold the breath, look inside the heart, Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, well-being. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be well-being for all. Look at the well-being. Release the breath. Mind. Any thought enters into the mind? How you negate that thought? By saying, may there be well-being for all. I picked up that word, negate. I negate my neighbor's house. Why? It is not mine. No thought belongs to me. Except one. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. With a normal breath. Now you are doing it. Now the second mantra, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, may there be peace for all. And we discussed about the peace is a good space. The moment you say it, you enter into the infinite space, breaking the barrier of inside and outside. So let us inhale deep, silent and slow for 10 seconds. Continue. Retain Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Release the breath and continue to live with that. May there be peace for all. If you see it, if you know it, then only you can say, may there be peace for all. So we are becoming a little selfish. If we say the peace for all, first we see and experience the peace within, and then it pervades everywhere. It is existence. Behind becoming, there is always a peace. We don't recognize. We identify with our stress and anxiety. We claim that we carry the burden of the stress in our life. Now inhale deep, silent, slow. Third mantra. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Completeness in me. Hold the breath. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Release the breath, live with that awareness that everything, every object is complete in itself. Why? It comes from the completeness. And who is the one who is full and complete? Existence. See, that is how we bring the clarity to the mind and remove the doubt. So now any thought comes because it indicates that I am incomplete. Negate it. How you negate it? Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Understand, slowly we are going deeper. That is the way. The last mantra is Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Every moment in my life is full of auspiciousness that combines peace, completeness, and well-being. Inhale deep, silent and slow. Continue to inhale. Hold the breath. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Release the breath. Live into that state. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Is your mind clear? Any thought enters into the mind except auspiciousness is indicating a sense of incompleteness, causes worry, anxiety, pain, and suffering. Would you entertain it? And if you do not, negate it, not by force. Understand, negation here is a very positive term. I'm not concerned. I don't care. What I care? Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. When you don't care these thoughts, the mind will say, okay, I have to leave you. Do nothing. Remain as you are. Or if the idea of negation comes, do it, or either by Om Shanti, either by Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. If nothing comes, there are two ways you can recognize the thoughts entering into the mind. One way, they come and they go. Second, they come, they arouse your feeling and emotion from the past, projecting into the future. They engage you. That engagement has to be negated. How? Om Shanti. Negated? I told you, not a fight. I know I don't need you. That is one of the most beautiful method of meditation, by negation. We will take up deeply. Neti Neti, it is known as Neti Neti. Method of negation to succeed in meditation is one of the most powerful. But by understanding, not by force, not by repression, not by suppression. I have 1,000,000, why should I worry about the penny? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Beautiful. So, bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms, know you're experiencing, bring the hands down. How are you, David?
Very, very good, very deep, very different levels. The first level was warmth to the body, and then some indigo color, and then just blank space for the last half. It was wonderful.
Beautiful. Yeah, we have to live into that blank space to allow the knowledge of the reality to descend to dawn. How are you, Christina?
That was wonderful. Just practicing having everything that you have taught me up to this, all of us to this point, and every day being able to add another aspect is such a blessing. So thank you for that. And this morning was wonderful. I was totally absorbed. So thank you.
Very good. You are wonderful. The younger picks up this journey, nothing like it. How are you, Sam?
Was that me? Sorry, you cut out for a sec.
I can hear you now.
Oh, perfect. I'm really good. It was very, very, very deep, and quick, quiet, all the above. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Good. Good. How are you, Lara?
I got really deep in the beginning, super deep. There was a lot of color actually today that doesn't normally happen for me. And then there's all this construction happening right behind my house. And so there was some loud booms and distractions that kind of pulled me out. Yeah, negate. And so it was interesting to kind of play with that.
Play, yeah. Right word you use, play with that. Don't fight. No repression. No suppression is required. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good. Initially it was quiet, and then some thoughts coming and going, and just kind of negated them, like didn't get involved with them, but noticed them. Some light, and then just a lot of space.
Lot of space. You see, that's a beautiful. I think I passed on the message to you all, and we will work on it. So you see that we continue to negate until the time comes you cannot negate it. That is your real self. You cannot negate existence. So that process of meditation is deeper. So I'm just putting up day after day, every session to go there. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good. There was a softness or a gentleness to my practice today. It just was. That's the best way I can describe it. It was just.
It is the best word because we experience the hardness, the anxiety, the duality, and the reaction because we accept what we are not. And the moment you negate what you are not, there is too much of softness comes. Yes, you are right. That is a right word to use. How are you, Kate?
I'm well, Girish. I hope you're well too. I'm sorry I had something come up at here, so I was late. But it was I want to say compassionate.
Yeah.
I had some itching that I didn't attend to in different areas. Just noticed and then embraced and went away. And then after that, was able to be more contemplative and present. And I would say soft is a good word for me today.
Good. Itching comes, negate it. You see that we have not to lose that awareness of negation, Sam. We have not to lose that awareness. Now someone in front of you is angry over you, negate it. Now you can apply in your daily life. Why? Because you are not anger. He or she is angry, reacting, oh, thank you very much. Internally you say, don't say it out openly. Otherwise, they will catch your neck. Don't say outwardly, internally, oh, thank you. You are teaching me how good you are. You have come to me, you are angry over me, and I'm learning how to endure. You say to yourself. The other guy say, are you listening to me? Yes, I'm listening to you. How are you, John?
I'm good, thank you. I was able to keep my attention stable on my breath.
Yes. That has been a big challenge for you. I saw you in the beginning, but now you are able to sustain that for many, many sessions. How are you, Antoinette?
I'm good. I also, Brandy's explanation of softness is also what I experienced. It was very light, and at one point my body became very warm.
Yes.
And I just went into that experience, and then it was just open.
Yeah. It's a beautiful experience. So I can continue ahead. I pick up the higher principles based on today's experiences. How are you, Ashok? And then we will take up Terry.
I'm good, sir. Nice and relaxed. Thank you.
Now I can see a glow on your face. Yeah. You are becoming younger. Deva, very good. No, I can joke with him. He has been with me. How many years? 25?
More than that.
You see how a useless teacher, you cannot learn even after 25 years. Terry, how are you? You know, that's another explanation. You can put for this argument. Terry is there. Yes, I could. We could not see you. We could see your beautiful lamp. I think that's a lamp that I had seen 15 years ago also, when I came to your house. Yes. You have to. That's a big challenge in Google Meet. I cannot unmute. So look at this idea. When Terry, you unmute it, you can start speaking. So understand the application of negation. It's a beautiful word. In Sanskrit we say neti neti. Not this, not this. Means I am not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. Continue to negate. You cannot negate. You can reach to a point where you cannot negate. And that is your real self. Can you negate anxiety? Yes. Can you negate attachment? Yes. You see that? Go on finding it. Can you negate pleasure? Yes. 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 And the moment you negate it, yes, you can. Yes, Terry.
I really can't speak. I haven't stopped moving, and it's making me.
No worries.
Yeah.
So I'll send you the file and you do the practice.